Alrighty, good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, almost Friday Eve. We have a fantastic Division D matchup here tonight. And tonight with me, for the first time ever, is Trax. Trax, how you doing, dear?
I'm a little nervous, but you're calming me down, and I'm excited to start my maiden voyage into casting.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super excited. I know you're very knowledgeable here. But yeah, no reason to be nervous. It's absolutely casual. We're just having a conversation. We see Geo in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. DaxCast hype time. But these teams are sitting here in the lobby a little bit. Let's take a quick peek over here at the maps, showing everybody at home how we got here and where we're going. So we actually had FC Hong Kong won the coin toss, opted for first pick, and they went ahead and banned Braxis Holdout, my least favorite map, and Volskaya Foundry. And Rise and Grind went ahead and banned Dragonshire and Cursed Hollow, and they opted to take us here to Towers of Doom. What do you like to see here in this map?
I mean, this is my favorite map. I think that this is a really good showcasing map for an offlaner to show what they got, because it's a four-man brawl in the bottom, and it's just a double soak game for whoever's in the off lane. I personally like to play Murky here. I don't think that that's gonna be what we see tonight, but I think it's gonna be some heavy brawling going on, and I'm excited to see it.
Absolutely. So I'm glad you said showcase. So I put this together here because I know you are an offlaner. I'm an offlaner at heart. But yeah, just tales from the offlane. So we have Black Stormer going to be rocking the offlane for FC Hong Kong tonight, and Last Dispatch should be rocking the offlane for Rise and Grind here. But just took a peek at some of their stats there. But Black Stormer, when he's in the offlane, 85% win rate on Urel. And Last Dispatch, Sonya on that current mammoth of a hero right now with an 80% win rate. So a good heated offlane matchup for us to watch tonight.
Yeah, this is a good Sonya map, so we could see that come out here.
Yeah, I mean it's I think she's like first pick, first ban material here. So I definitely, if these teams do their scouting, we may see bans on both of these heroes here. But then jumping over here to one last thing before we get started into this game here. Let's see what these teams are actually playing for here. So here are the current Division D East standings. So we have we have FC Hong Kong sitting down here currently at 9th, just outside of the dance. So looking to maybe take this win over the 7th seeded team Rise and Grind, just to keep their playoffs hopes alive. I think 3 or 4 games for each of these teams left to play. So really exciting stuff here coming towards the end of the season.
I think I noticed that. I think Free Hong Kong, if I might be wrong, but I think they only have 2 maps left. So I think this is a very important game for them to make sure that they can get that seed into the playoffs.
Yep, absolutely. So, Geo in the chat, captain of the team, another fantastic offlaner. So he is here rooting for the team in the chat, just hopefully that they can get where they need to go. Looks like the teams are ready. Jump back to our beautiful faces here. And besides Murky, I mean, I like Sonya. I'm a dirty Sonya player. I'm sorry, myself.
Malthael.
But
Malthael, he is the king of this map. I mean, Murky is the king of this map, but if you count out Murky, Voss Vikings have actually been seeing a lot on this map recently as well.
Yeah, and Zul, I think Zul, he had his work. He was OP for a while. I played Zul a lot when I played the offlane, especially on this particular map. And I went on vacation. He was reworked, and then I got so many messages like, "Oh, what do you think of the new Zul?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I was down in Florida, and I live in Pennsylvania in the Northeast, so I was just like, I am that far away, however many miles it is from my computer. I have no idea. I'm just reading the patch notes here from the poolside, so it is what it is.
Oh, there's a Komi band coming out. Now, I did notice Rise and Grind has a strong showing for Junkrat, and those mines can be pretty devastating on this map.
This particular map, Infernal Shrines, Alterac Pass, he can zone off an objective by himself, like you said, with his mines, with those traps, and just his poke range with those grenades. In the bushes and these tight choke points, we may see a ban coming out here.
Yeah.
So
we are seeing a lot of poking heroes being taken off the map here, so this might be a theme that's coming out.
Yeah, both strong mages in the current meta can poke from the safety of their own porch. Don't really need too much of a front line, so there we go. FC Hong Kong doing their scouting, gonna go ahead and get rid of that Sonya. So let's see here the second ban, last ban in this phase for Rise and Grind. So let's see if they want to maybe go ahead and... Okay, so they are going to ban that Sylvanas. I love Sylvanas as well. Can shut down those towers. Can really take advantage of pushing in that bot lane. So let's see where we go from here. Taunt Varian is pretty decent on... There we go. On this particular map in that 4-man. So we do see Kate going to go ahead and lock in Varian. Weenus in the chat. Thank you, sir, for the 69 bits. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for being here. Tuna B in the chat. Mama, hello. Hello. I miss casting you as well. Hopefully you and the young one are doing well.
Brightwing is a great pick on this map. So mobile to be able to save somebody who's trying to take a tower far away from the team. And D.Va was someone I was also going to mention. Even if your 4-man rotates up to gank her, she has that mech that's just going to explode. So you have to kill her twice. She's a very safe offlaner to take.
All right, and Hogger's going to be out here pogging. So, yeah, both heroes, both offlaners able to double soak here. So we do see that going to go ahead and get locked up. And then so there we go with Tiny No Tie. Going to go ahead and grab that Stukov.
I really like the combination they've started to go here on the blue side. They have some nice lockdown.
They do. The Taunt Variant Stukov combo, it's Taunt into the silence. I expect maybe an Anduin ban coming out here. Anduin with the Ye of Faith can save anyone that they do want to try and lock down. But, you know what, they already have Brightwing, so we'll see.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a mage choke going on here. I wonder if they're going to continue that.
Yeah, 4 assassins already taken out. So Nematode does play the Sylvanas for that team. Ronin, I think, was scouted out to play some Li Ming, but Cassie is still available, so I don't hate Cassie offend into the Stukov Silence and Taunt Varian. But here comes a Tychus, already made it all the way down to the 6th pick here. So maybe a Diablo pickup here.
Yeah, this is a great map for him. All those walls.
It's going to be Johanna. I don't hate it. Johanna, very safe, has great wave clear. Even though most of your wave clear on this particular map goes over to the offlaner, you just got to be able to clear one set of waves in the 4-man here. So finishing out the team here is going to be Ronin and Nematode. Again, Cassia is still up and available. The blinds will help into that Tychus. Valkyrie will be able to pull the Brightwing forward. And there we go. The Tassia, the Cassadar combo. Love to see that. They do pump out an insane amount of damage, especially if they opt for Black Hole and the Ball Lightning. The Wombo combo there, all on its own at level 10.
And then we got our mage as the last choice here. I'm thinking Gul'dan. That's my guess.
Gul'dan, okay.
Mephisto. I was not expecting that.
You know what? I think that was his most played hero, was Brother Nature. But yeah, I like the way these two teams are shaking out here. I'm going to jump over to us here while we get into the load screen. Do you have a favorite team between the two?
You know, it's hard because I like D.Va better for the soak, but I like the 4-man better on the blue side. So I think it's really going to come down to that 4-man. So I'm gonna say I think that if blue can push the advantage early and come up and gank D.Va enough, I think they got it. But if they let D.Va just run away with the soak, I think Red will take it.
So I know the Hogger can double soak as well, but I like your thinking there. Brightwing does only have one polymorph, so it's gonna have to wait for Varian. But if Cassia, again, depending on whatever ult she wants to go, Valkyrie would be my opinion to pull that Tychus, Brightwing, or that Mephisto. Now Mephisto will be blinking in, but you know when he's coming back. So I think Valkyrie could get a lot of value coming out here from Nematode.
It definitely could, and the mages, not the mages, sorry, the DPS on the red side they're very soft, so they have to be very careful not to get taunted, then Stukov rooted, and just blown out.
All right, both these teams loading in here in a fantastic manner, and I will go ahead and get us started over here on the left side for FC Hong Kong. We have Cake on that taunt, or on Varian. I would assume he's going taunt. Tiny No Tie on the Stuka, Blackstormer on Hogger, Nematode on Cassia, and Ronin on Tass. That are tracks. Who do we have on the right-hand side?
And for Rise and Grind, we have Azrael Abyss on Johanna. We have Eris on Tychus. We have Life DG on Brightwing. And last but not least, oh no, not last but not least, we have Brother Nature on Mephisto. And last but not least, my favorite role, Diva, played by Last Dispatch.
Alright, so we are heading in here to the, let's see, so a great trade going to come out here already. We do see Mephisto going to go ahead and blink in and just get all of that lightning hula hoop damage out. Both these teams will set their sights here on this wave clear. Now, speaking of wave clear, I mean, they do have Johanna. The DPS is a little lackluster when it comes to the DPS, but on the same side, Tassadar has an amazing set of wave clear. But both these teams going to go ahead and clear it at the same time. But I like what Azrael was going to do, just trying to slow down these rotations. Mother Nature does get jumped down on, but unfortunately, Varian is not a hero, just basically a large minion until level 4 when he gets that ultimate.
That is the disadvantage with Varian. You are just a wee lad until you hit 4, so they have it. Rise and Grind can push this advantage early because they don't have a tank essentially for Free Hong Kong.
Yep, absolutely. So they do make quick work of that bottom camp, but we see FC Hong Kong with this stellar camp timing starting this already. We do have Tiny No Tai going to have to rotate down here to finish catching this soak. We had Varian rotate mid to catch this up, but here we go. We do see Brightwing does have teleport up if available. Cake does scout the camp take down here as well. So here we go. We'll meet here again in the bot lane. We do see Brother Nature and teleport and get a lot of that poke damage done. But that silence is going to come out. We do see the Brightwing is going to hyper shift in here to top Tychus back off. But yeah, both these teams they know what's at stake here. They're playing for it.
And both pumpkins are just going to get cleared out early, so I don't think anyone's going to have any structure damage from that.
Yep, just pumpkins, or as Weenus likes to call them, pimpkins. So I guess that's double. That's a double word, pimpkins. But here we go. Out comes a blind. Cake is kind of getting bullied here a little bit from this Tychus. In comes Defend from Cassia. Does eat that polymorph, so that is down a little bit. But Tiny No Tai doing the best that he can to spread those boogers, those healing boogers around. But in comes the taunt. Taunt is now up and available. Tiny No Tai does jump in. The silence is going to come out, but not able to lock anybody down. Everyone's a little bit low on the side of FC Hong Kong. They need to back. They need to tap. And look what's going on here. So let's take a peek here at these sweet offlaners providing XP for their team. Unfortunately, we don't get to see them a whole heck of a lot. They don't even really get to see each other a whole heck of a lot. They will trade out here a little bit. But here we go. The first altar phase is up here in about 20 seconds. The standard, we'll probably see the trade up here in the top, respectfully, and see the scrap down here in the bot lane.
The part of me wonders if they're able to cap that bottom fast enough, if Brightwing has Z up, if she's going to be able to go help Hogger and maybe get a kill.
I like that, but out comes Taunt onto Johanna. She does pop that unstoppable, but out comes a polymorph as well. Here we go. Tiny No Tai is getting bullied around from the team a little bit. Eris is going to step up and just make it hard for Cake to get into an awkward charge coming out there on to that Tychus. The channels do go one-to-one up there in the top lane as Azrael is trying to step up and just bully Nematode off at this point here. Cake doing the best that he can, but they are going to go ahead and forego this one in the bot lane. I think it's a smart play. They're kind of getting chunked down here a little bit. You know what, just stay alive. Out comes a taunt onto that Mephisto. That looked like nobody was really prepared for that. He just kind of saw Mephisto a little bit off out of position there and tried to take advantage, but the team is kind of backing up there. Ronin a little bit low on mana. We'll have to back here unless he has tap available. So, yep, looks like he's going to sneak on out of there. And Camps ahoy! Here we go. Alright, so just taking a quick look here at some of these talents. We do have the auto attack talent coming out from the Tassadar there. We do have some quests all around coming out from the side of FC Hong Kong. So the auto attack quest, we have Lion's Maul, and then we have the Thunderstroke quest coming out here. Interesting though, Plate of the Whale. I love that talent, but I usually play Cassia as an auto attacker. I like the instant heal when you're going through though, because if you the Qs do help reset that heal, and then it just stacks on later as the game goes on. But I'll shut up about talents now because we're going to have another team fight break out here. Brother Nature is just going to step up, get all that poke damage in. The grenades coming out from Tychus to try and displace anybody from stepping up.
It looks like both offlaners are just doing their thing. I don't know if they'll even come down for this. I personally, as an offlaner, don't like to come down for the single altar phase.
Alright, out comes the taunts, the polymorph, the silence, and the cleanse coming out from Brightwing. Still not able to lock anybody down. These teams are trading blow for blow, but no kills yet. XP-wise, we do have Blackstormer does rotate down here. They finally do get the kill onto that Brightwing. And comes the offlaners again. Last Dispatch does have that Diva mech. This is an awkward position that FC Hong Kong is in with that Diva, but down Brightwing, they may peel, but in comes Last Dispatch trying to get in here and to stall this. Tiny Notai is halfway to the channel. In she comes. Will she be able to get it? Great disengage from Blackstorm there, and Last Dispatch does go down, not able to get off that mech, so that means the mech explosion, so that means it is down, but they are trading low. Brother Nature does snap back from that teleport, but not in time. Blackstorm a little low, so we have Blackstormer and Ronin both sub 200 health there. They do live to fight another day, and that is, now we are back to 0. That's a nice thing about Towers of Doom, is you need one shot and a hope and a prayer, and you're still in this game.
That's exactly right. It looks like 10s are about to come online on the side of Free Hong Kong, and I'm really curious what they're gonna go.
Yeah, so they do have that kill lead now, 1-0 in favor of FC Hong Kong. So here we go. 10s are now online. So we do see the Archon coming out with that task, or from that Tacitor. Sorry, we do see the Stukov. Gonna go ahead and go the shove. And what is that? Hortapult, I think, right? Or Shockwave. Oh, actually, a Shockwave. And it is Valkyrie, so I like the pickups there.
Oh, it looks like we're gonna have an cap invade here, and the taunt goes off on.
Oh no! So we do have the taunt go off. You are correct there. The Valkyrie does come out, but 10's now online. Out comes the Vision ult. I don't even get to cast that one all that often. I don't even know what it's called. Consume Souls.
Consume Souls. Yes, it's called Consume Souls. Oh, we have a bunny hop coming out.
Ooh, I like this. We're able to lock down here.
Tacitor's in a bad place in the back, and he goes down to the Diva.
Alright, but out comes the Diva mech explosion. That is a 3-for-0 kill in favor. 10s are now online, and they mean business. Cake running out of there with half health here. So, a not successful engage here, but the re-engage is going to come out, or the re-invade, I'm sorry, is going to come out from the side of Rise and Grind. So they're going to get the Sapper camp as well as the channel. So they are looking here. So they got bottom one. Well, maybe not.
They got the full channel. I think they're going to be able to get this if they can. Oh, Cake is isolated. He gets a taunt off, but he is getting chunked by the Tychus.
Out comes the polymorph.
And he's slowly going to go down. Oh, no. Could he get away? I think.
Oh, no, that last condemn, that could protect. He does escape with 100 health down. Goes the mech. He does lose his health from Brother Nature, but I think he's going to trade his life as well for that one. So we do see both channels and the pumpkins do get picked up on the side of Rise and Grind there, but great turnaround and great defense coming out from the side of FC Hong Kong there.
I thought for a minute that was a great protect if that Mephisto wasn't able to jump in, but he did sacrifice his life for it. So
yeah, he did, and then that's unfortunate, like, because usually when you're behind your wall, you feel kind of some sort of a sense of safety, like, okay, I made it, I can back here, and then that sneaky Mephisto just gonna go ahead and blink in there. So, but you know what, these teams are putting out an amazing effort here, 24-32 in terms of shots, XP wise, about a half a level lead in favor of FC Hong Kong here. So let's toggle over to the stats as this team fight breaks down. The taunt does come out onto Brother Nature. Unfortunately, it does get snapped back, so unable to lock him down.
And all of the gate is gone for Free Hong Kong, but like you said, this game can turn around in the blink of an eye. One good team fight, get 3 in altar phase, take all 3 of them, and just shove bottom, and it can turn around.
Absolutely. So taking a look here at the XP contributions for each team, we have Hog of the Taunt doesn't come back. Brother Nature again will go ahead and get snapped back, but the grenade does displace FC Hong Kong back into Rise and Grind. Tychus is just doing an insane amount of damage. Out comes Massive Shove, not able to connect with anybody, so no one is taking a trip to Narnia this evening so far. But the Taunt does come out. Out comes the Polymorph, but in comes D.Va with the Bunny Hop, going to be able to lock down 3 members of FC Hong Kong. Out comes the Consume Souls. That will lock down the Stukov. D.Va living in the backline, going to go ahead and use that charge to disrupt everybody, and going to be able to walk away with only 1 death is FC Hong Kong. Pressure is on now. Like you said, the wall is down, and they need to defend this. They are down their healer. Out comes a channel that is 4 more shots onto the core of FC Hong Kong. Now a 12 gap advantage for Rise and Grind here, but again, it's Towers of Doom, and as Weenus likes to say, that it's not over until the fat Weenus sings. But
and it looks like they're going to do the camp on the side of Free Hong Kong, and Tychus is checking the bush. I don't think they know they're there.
They are snooping around here. So with that trade there and that death, we do see D.Va. She was down about 1,000 XP, but she is evening that up now as we speak. So both teams going to go ahead and sit around 15k XP already 10 minutes in. So that's the nice thing about playing an offlaner. Like, there's certain maps, like I know most people like offlaners like Praxis Holdout because, you know, it's one of the 2 maps where you get to shine. Like Towers of Doom, like I think was one. Out comes a taunt on to Johanna, but she's going to pop that unstoppable. Out comes the silence as well to protect coming out. The Polymorph is there. Out comes the Blessed Shield and the Condemn, connecting the 4 members of fantastic match from Tiny No Tide to try and save Cake, but he's going to dive back in. I like that dive coming out from Cake to kind of separate himself from that lightning hula hoop.
Cake is doing a great job of keeping himself alive. There's been a few times where you're calling it out and I'm like, oh, he's gonna fall, and he saves himself at the last moment. So he's doing a fantastic job.
That's like Lily, right? Like, so Lily, if you can kill her, and then she just, you know, hits a Q and then has fast feet and she runs away laughing. Kind of the same thing when you face against good variants and they know when to hold on to their protect there, especially at level 10. Going shield wall protects from those auto attacks, so gonna do a lot of help against that D.Va and that Tychus.
Yeah, and I know we called out that there was Bunny Hop and Consume Souls, but we also had Blink Hill and Draken Laser Drill come out, as well as Blessed Shield.
Have we seen Drill yet? I don't think we've got to see Drill yet.
I don't think we haven't.
Yeah, it's a great stall technique on these points, and as well as a great defensive weapon when it comes to holding these towers.
The extent of my power. The Raven Lord.
Here we go, just taking a peek here at these offlaners again, just doing their PvE thing, just you know, providing soak to the teams, and so good to see this wonderful death match down here in the bot lane.
And as you pointed out, D.Va is actually about 1,000 soaks behind Hogger, so I was wrong. Hogger is doing a great job at keeping up with that. But D.Va comes down, making it an uneven 5v4, and it looks like Nematode, and Cassia goes down. Oh, look how low they are. The massive shove comes out, D.Va diving to the back line, using that bomb, and I think that Tassadar is going to get away, but down falls Stukov, and there is Drill out to help take this tower.
Absolutely. So I think, to your point there, I was just going to mention that she actually rotated, last dispatch did rotate down here. So we do see the D.Va coming down here, I think a little bit more than we do the Hogger, but like, you know, picking off 1 or 2 really secures this here. So, you know, a different way of just supporting the team is knowing when to show up here. So well done from last dispatch. So the Sapper camp is going to go ahead and get taken, is going to come out here. So over rotates Azrael in that aggressive rotation, but they own the tower here, so it's not a big deal. So now the tower defense game is now online.
And unfortunately, it's right as these towers are popping, so they need to clear these pumpkins and get up to the towers, all without dying.
Yeah, that's the
That's the goal of the game.
All right. So Nematode does go ahead and throw out that Valkyrie, looking to catch DG there, but unfortunately not able to do so. So in comes the invade up here in the top lane. Blackstormer tried to get that, but in comes Arya's Great Stun out onto the D.Va, but in comes Tiny No Tide, does try and get that root online, but unfortunately is not able to connect. But out comes that shove, pushing D.Va back to Narnia. Out comes the taunt in the bush onto Arya's, but out comes the hyper shift to save them alive. We do see Hogger Unstoppable is way out of there, living in the backline, but does go down. Last dispatch does get chunked here with that bunny hop, but down goes Varian as well. Tiny No Tie is low also, and 2, 3 triple kill. I'm sorry, I can't even count today. 3 kills in favor of Rise and Grind. And they're not done yet. The pinks are coming out to back up. Don't stagger. Don't stagger any more deaths. So that is 2 shots left on this core, and that will most likely be GG.
Yeah, I don't think there's much the Free Hong Kong can do against the 4-man to take that boss, and that's going to be the last 4 shots that they need. Oh, 2 shots that they need to clinch the first one. Good job, Rise and Grind, and great showing on the side of Free Hong Kong.
Yeah, absolutely. Really close game. Unfortunately, just 1 or 2 poor team fights. I don't even say poor team fights because they were really close, and I'm not sure if it was hard for them to taunt anybody. I know a lot of taunts came out onto Mephisto, but he was able to snap back. And then Johanna has the Unstoppable. Brightwing has the Polymorph. So just really hard time into that team comp there. But well done. Well played from both these teams.
That both the Tychus and Mephisto were just dumping out damage, and I think that with a stationary taunt Varian, he's just a target screaming "hit me" because he's really standing there when he's taunting. So I think that Rise and Grind really took advantage of that, and they were able to pull out the W. So good job.
Yeah, absolutely. And taking a look here at Eris, 2-8-0 stat line for that Tychus, 61,000 hero damage done, almost doubling what Nematode was able to put out on that Cassia. So definitely helped lead with some of those kills. But D.Va, like I said, in the offlane with 5 kills, 5 assists. So really involved in every single one of those kills for the team, and outbeating Hogger there in the soak game coming at the end. So all in all, again, we highlighted those offlaners in last dispatch. Really put on a show.
Yeah, both teams. I'm excited to see who takes us where next. Because if this game was this close, I'd like to see what an actual team fighting map can show from them.
Yeah, so the ball will be in FC Hong Kong's court here. We can reach out to them. But taking a peek here at some of these talents, anything that you want to mention here?
Let me see here. I'm not gonna lie, I just exited the game and I can't get back. So I'm not gonna lie, I can't see the talents right now. But I'm pulled up your stream, and hopefully the delay, maybe it will pop up. But why don't you talk about the talents? I was surprised to see laser draw. I will say that I do know that usually Odin is the preferred, from what I hear from my DPS. So that was surprising to me, as well as bunny hop. Usually you like to see micro missiles just because it gives you more of a poke. With D.Va, you can back off and then you can shoot some micro missiles in and delay the objective. So that was a little interesting to me. And then also consume souls. That's not something you see very often. So the ults on this side of Rise and Grind were a little not strange, but not what I normally see. And it worked for them. It definitely worked for them, but definitely something not common.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what I wanted to point out there is just, Odin is the preferred. He does a ton of siege damage in Odin form. But then the bunny hop in combination with the Johanna Bless Shield. So they were already stunned, and then D.Va can get in there and just continue that stun. And then I guess consume souls for vision as well as just securing kills. I think D.Va has some chase, but I would assume just in the off chance that Mephisto, with his teleport and his lightning, and maybe a Tychus grenade can't finish somebody off, maybe consume souls. But all in all, like you said, I am ready and excited for game number 2. So let's see what these teams are thinking about and looking at as we jump to our beautiful faces here. But thanks to everybody here. GG's getting called from Night of Nye in the chat. Hello. Thanks for being here, rooting on these teams. Alrighty, so just looking forward to that. So, if you are FC Hong Kong, the ball's in your court. Do you opt for first pick again, or do you prefer map pick?
Honestly, I would opt for first pick, but map pick is only going to give you an advantage if you know that the other team is really not very good at a map and they haven't banned it, which usually teams ban the maps they're not so strong on. So I definitely am expecting to see first pick. coming out on the side of Free Hong Kong, just because that's the real advantage there. You can almost use your first pick as a steal.
Mm-hmm.
Why ban Sonya when you can pick it? So
Absolutely.
I'm expecting to see first pick, but people do crazy things.
That is true. I enjoy doing some crazy things. So just go ahead and while we're in this little intermission here, we will go ahead and show the people at home where we currently stand here in after game number 1. So we did see FC Hong Kong go ahead and ban Brax's holdout and Volskaya. And RNG went ahead and banned Dragonshire and Cursed Hollow. So, like with those map bans, to me, it sounds like Rise and Grind would prefer the less macro maps, I guess,
Yeah,
per se.
that's I agree.
So I think with that knowledge, now Spiders is up and available, not banned by FC Hong Kong, and I know that is one of their favorite maps to play. They're very comfortable on that particular map, and it's kind of a team fighting map, so it would play to the strengths of both teams. But I am. How do I say this? I call it if any folks at home are sports fans, but home field advantage is such a big thing. Like in the Pacific Northwest, the Seattle Seahawks, that's called a 13th man, right? The crowd and things like that. But when it comes to HOTS, I call it the sixth man. Is like if you have a comfortability on a particular map and a strategy that works, and where the camp timings, it's such an advantage in these games that in the current meta, what are we first picking? It's probably Sonya. But there's not too many crazy things. I guess Falstad, but his busted talent's banned. So, but I think the comfortability on certain maps, I think, kind of gets disguised.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And then on top of that, you also have the advantage of, well, we see that they don't really like to go to macro maps. Let's make them uncomfortable and take them to macro. Or they really don't like to brawl. Let's take them to a brawling map and try to shake them up. Or this hero's really great on this map and we play it and they don't. Let's pull out something that we haven't done before and try to shake it up. So I could see your point on that pick being valuable.
Yeah, and I think they like Alterac Pass. If like I said, I didn't dig it. And there's Crushinator with the raid. Hello, sir, Crush. Hopefully your game was well. I appreciate the raid, good sir. Looking forward to watching the VOD there. But yeah, like Alterac Pass. I mean, we do have Dragonshire band. We do have Cursed Hollow band. And as for larger maps, macro style maps, it could be Alterac Pass or even Garden of Terror. If you want to go ahead and take camps, I think that's the particular map to go. Alterac Pass only has that one, but it has the double boss, which a lot of team fights or a lot of games are either won or lost. I think in those boss pits. So just reaching out here to see these teams, what we got going on.
I'd love to see us go to a Battlefield of Eternity.
I love BOE. I love Infernal Shrines. I like all the Diablo maps. I think those would be. I think BOE would be my favorite map if I had to pick, but Infernal Shrines is a close second.
I just love that on BOE it's very much so. There's a lot of macro, and the offlane is doing their offlane thing. They have their own responsibilities. 4-man's doing their own 4-man thing, and then you come together. There's a clear cut. This is what we do when we do it on that map, and you can really shine on that map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, those offlaners. I mean, while it looks like the lobby is going to go ahead and link up, but as we wait here, just like I said, we made all these cool little things here. But the showcase again, we talked about these offlaners. They really both of them showed up in game number 1. We didn't get to see the Sonya, and Blackstormer opted for the Hogger again. The Urel, 85% win rate on him, but that was before Hogger was released. So maybe I missed something in my own scouting there. But
this, in my opinion, this is a great map for Urel because the offlane usually just sticks bottom and they brawl it out. So we might see a Urel pop up in this map.
Alrighty, so let me go ahead and update that. Okay. Picked by them. Update. So jumping back to the map screen then from here, but we actually had Tomb of the Spider Queen but it was picked by the side of Rise and Grind. So, what was I going to say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Sorry. Yeah, so
by Free Hong Kong.
yes, but they also get a map that they're really comfortable with. So, hopefully, the first game jitters are kind of out of the way here, and here the comfortability is going to set in here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to get into this one. Jumping back to our beautiful faces as we get ready for this draft.
Nothing is more satisfying than when you choose to pick first pick and the enemy team takes you where you would have taken them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, and then then the sweet on the cherry on top is if they let you have whatever you wanted at first pick anyway.
Exactly. So I'm wondering if they're gonna pull out something spicy here. I know that Cho'Gall is pop. Well, I like Cho'Gall on this map. I'm just saying, like, we could get some spicy things happening in here.
I am all for some spice here. It is a best of 3, so maybe we do get to see some spice, a last ditch effort, maybe coming out from FC Hong Kong. Maybe Rise and Grind comfortable. Maybe they locked in. I didn't take a look at the stats if they are a 100% lock in for playoffs. But
I think they both have opportunities to make it or to lose it depending on the next few matches. I think this game is very important for both teams, I do believe.
Okay. So I know in the standings there, we did take a look at that a little bit as well. But we can do that while we sit here as well.
Yeah. You have to be able to do math, and I married an engineer for a reason. Me and math are not friends.
Hey, fair. You never have to worry about doing math again. I am all for this. But yeah, just taking a look here at the current standings. But yeah, real close. We are looking at the 7 and 9 seeds currently, respectfully. We do see FC Hong Kong on the rise and grind on a little bit of a fall, but that's probably just Poseidon stepping ahead of them in one. Just by 1 point there. So real close division. Going to go ahead and get, from the top down. Like, it's just a real close division here. So really competitive. So I like casting here at the end of the season.
The East has been very competitive all season. I've been looking over at them with the high hopes that we make it to grand finals to, try to scout out who we would play against.
Yeah.
And they have a very wide spread of teams that are doing very well, and it's very competitive over there. There's not a lot of like straight dominations across the board where one team is running away with it. So it's anyone's game over there.
Well, you're like you on at Clouded Minds. I mean, here are the top dogs. Like I said, I don't think any team in the East is yet to be yet to be beaten. So I think you're the only undefeated team. So some nice scouting here, I guess, for you guys as maybe looking forward to the future.
High hopes. We have high hopes, but we actually looked into it, or I looked into it because we were talking about it. There's only been one other team who's gone all the regular season undefeated. So we are going to, if we win our Fade to Black game, we will be the second team in all of NGS history to have a completely flawless season.
Well, listen, do you want that pressure going into playoffs, or maybe you just right? Because that's the thing, because then the pressure's on in playoffs. If you can keep it.
We have goals, Dax, because that team that had the undefeated season did not go to grand finals and be undefeated. They won, but they went 3-2, so it's high expectations that we have to be the first.
Hey, you know what? History can be made here. Everyone, you heard it here first. That is the goals here, and I love it. I hope to see you guys get that far. Hopefully, me and my team don't stand in the way. I could just cheer from the sidelines for you guys to make it happen.
You can be our personal caster. So.
There we go. But well, unfortunately, playoffs I think are divvied out from Crush in the chat. But hey, you know what? Maybe.
It looks like they are ready here in the lobby, so I'm ready if you are.
Yep. Just to let them know to change the privacy here. Looks like they did change the draft. Let them know that we are ready, and we will hop right into this one. But yeah, so Tomb of the Spider Queen. So besides Murky, who would you like on this map?
Well, I don't like Murphy on this map.
Okay.
I feel like you're getting information from me, Dax. Like you're just slowly pulling it out of me. I know. But no, I personally.
Oh man, we went ahead and lost somebody. Fake news.
That scared me. I thought I did something wrong. I was like, but no, I really, I don't like to play it, but I kind of like Rag on this map. He's got some tools to get away. He's got the wave, in the off lane. So for the getting extra soak in other lanes. So personally, I like to see Rag on this map. I wish I could play it. Someone else who's more skilled than me can do it, But I personally like play Deathwing on this map.
All right, so it looks like there might be a little bit of a bug here in the lobby here, but yeah, Deathwing is fantastic. Has the ultimate, the Cataclysm there that can really just turn a team fight there, and has the permanent unstoppable. Could really care less about what your team comp looks like when it comes, in forms of CC. Just have to worry about that percent base damage there a little bit.
The one thing about this map is it's small. There's a lot of moving parts, but it's very small. And if your foreman doesn't tell you that they're missing, the offlane can get ganked very easily. So I like to see offlaners who are a little more mobile or who have a little more chunk to them, so they can get away if there is a random engage from the other team.
Absolutely, and that's a skill that you kind of develop over time as an offlaner. You get ganked one too many times. And we'll jump over here into the draft screen now that we're back. I was holding out just in case of another bag. But yeah, you gotta get that patch.
Minimap DLC.
Yeah, the add-on. You gotta get that that add-on and just constantly take a look. And then if you don't see them, you automatically have to assume they're coming for you. So I mean, that's I think my biggest pet peeve when it comes to a lot of drafts is just not drafting enough wave clear. Like if it were up to me, every hero on the team would just be like grade A wave clear. And then
my pet peeve is CC. I feel like a team should have. I mean, we saw them pull it out without a ton of CC, but I feel like CC wins games a lot of the times.
Yeah, especially since they got rid of that medallion, because that was kind of tanks, and I think that's where the downfall from the tank meta kind of went was, we had the medallion. Everybody had their own cleanse on top of whatever else the healers or the heroes had on their kit. And then we kind of got that little bit of rework, and now it's just bruiser meta, where you're seeing triple bruiser.
And there's the Mephisto respect ban. He did some work.
Yeah.
So the respect is there.
Yeah, the poke damage is real on Mephisto, and especially if you're talented enough to try and stay connected with that lightning, it just does an insane amount of damage, an insane amount of siege damage. But we do see the Sylvanas ban coming out, and it's a target ban onto Nematode there. So we might see the Li Ming ban here.
There we go. You called it.
Yep, so not letting Ronan have the Li Ming, but they do have the first pick, and there we go. Sonya. Good to see the Sonya.
They're not pulling any shots now. They said you took us game one. We're coming back. We're not letting you just run us over.
So the nice. So I've been a Leap Sonya player, I think, for as long as I've picked up Sonya. I mean, I picked, and there we go. We do see the Johanna and the Brightwing pick up there again. If it's not broke, don't fix it. It doesn't really give away a whole heck of a lot there. But I'm so happy that Leap Sonya is now a thing. But like I'm just like the hipster about it. I'm like, I've been picking Leap since before it was cool.
I also did slam build before it was cool, and everyone used to give me flack for it. And now everyone's doing it, and I feel like an old lady shaking my wand.
Yeah, absolutely. So May is going to get picked up here from Cake there, and then Tiny No Tai plays a fantastic Deckard. Surprised we didn't see it in game number one, but with the taunt variant comp, the Stu comp makes sense as well. But need to be careful of those stay a while and listens. And
the mage choke is real this game. 4 mages taken away. Who's even left? Tassadar, Gul'dan.
So Gul'dan
is that it?
Yeah, we have Tassadar, we have Gul'dan. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to
think of any other mages.
And
the Diva
respect.
Time.
So The blinds, Sonya, the Deckard, it's not a fantastic looking comp for Azul. But Zul could do it, but maybe the Leoric. I wouldn't hate a Leoric there looking into this. Expect Arceus to go ahead and pick up that Tychus again. Tychus is good into Sonya, is very good into May. Can kind of shred her through her whole entire ice block. So, but no, there you go. You went ahead and called that Goldaniel pick. Fantastic wave clear. A good amount of damage to come out from him as well. And then Thrall, interesting pickup there. Oh my goodness!
Forgot about Orphea.
If there is, I was to say, I can't believe I forgot about Orphea. I said if there's any other hero that I can jam on besides Kerrigan, it's going to be Orphea. But Thrall has 3% based damage abilities during his build, so going to be able to poke down Sony here a little bit, and then Nematode go ahead and just jump on that Tychus. So I like the Wombo combo coming out here from the May. Most likely an Ice Wall with the Orphea. But either ult from Orphea should work here as well.
You know, all I'm picturing is they have a nasty combo if they can pull it off with a Deckard Sleep, a Sonya Leap, and all the whole time you've got Orphea's Eternal Feast on top. But they pulled out Zul'jin as their auto attacker over here. Who do you like? Which team do you think has the better comp?
I like FC Hong Kong. I like their draft here, but the one thing that they're lacking is going to be a wave clear. Orphea can do it, but it depends on how Ronan does do the build. So I think the rotational advantage is in favor of Rise and Grind, but I like the team fight better coming out from FC Hong Kong.
You know, I'm gonna be devil's advocate, and I think that they both have equal potential here. I don't like one more than the other. I think it's really going to be a who pulls it off better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Deckard should be able to keep up with the Gul'dan damage. The blinds from the May should counter the Zul'jin a little bit, as well as the Thrall. But here we go. Game number 2, jumping here into the game on the left-hand side. Looking to take us to a game 3 is FC Hong Kong. We have Cake on the May. Nematode went ahead and picked up that Tychus, Ronin on Orphea, Blackstormer on Sonya, and who did I miss? Tiny No Tai. They're on the Deckard.
And over here on Rise and Grind in the red trunks, we have Last Dispatch. On the Thrall, we have Eris on the Gul'dan, Life DG on the Brightwing once again, Brother Nature on Zul'jin, and rounding it out, the most important point taker, the tank himself, Azrael Biss on Johanna once again.
Alrighty, so here we go. The lack of B steps and sprays here in the first couple seconds of the games really upsets me. But you know what? Not everybody is as trolly as me. But great scout coming out from Keiko with that snowball. So I'll take a snowball to the face as a little bit of pre-game BM.
Now, I don't think Rise and Grind wants to fight right here because Thrall is down in the bottom.
So down it goes a Brightwing, and FC Hong Kong comes out swinging. They are not afraid of this particular map. Like I said, they have a comfortability here. They know the rotations well. They know the limitations on this map. So I think we will see quite a game 2 here from FC Hong Kong. Brightwing is back, does have that hyper shift, and is going to blink back in and join the team. But you know what? What do I know what I'm talking about? They do get the kill, and the rotational advantage is actually in favor of FC Hong Kong. Let's take a peek down here in the bot lane. Sonya went ahead and went to block. I like that particular talent, so we might see Blackstormer. And then I peek down here, and then we do see the counter kill, or actually not the counter kill, the second kill coming out there onto the Zul'jin.
FC Hong Kong is not pulling any punches. They're saying, you know what, you took game 1, and now we're going to take game 2.
Blackstormer needs to be careful. Taking some tower shots down here in the bot lane will have to back. But there we go. We do see Echo of the Elements. Already 5 stacks done coming out there as well. Headhunter, we got the Exodia quest coming out from the Zul'jin. Unfortunately, no kills yet in favor of the team, but that one, a scaling team. We got the stacks team on the right-hand side this time. And Echo of Corruption, already 6 stacks on that build as well. So here we go. Quick rotation onto the Bridger camp from the side of Rise and Grind. I'm going to make a quick work of that, but I do like the sneaky bot camp pickup down here between Tiny No Tai and Nematode. And then we do see the root coming out onto that Sonya. It's going to be able to poke out pretty well But here we go. 4's now online for both these teams. And we do see the armor potion, or the potion of shielding, going to come out for, I would assume probably that Zul'jin there. I like that talent there. I'm hoping, so we do have the slow coming out from Deckard. I am hoping for Emerald at 7 from that Deckard. He will be able, kind of like Ana, can negate a lot of healing from Brightwing on those hyper shifts. But in comes the rotation, out comes the Root and the Polymorph out onto that Sonya. Not able to get that gank attempt, but they just want to clear out these Siege Giants.
And it looks like Tychus is trying to finish his camp up on his own, but he needs some help here. And there goes the old man juice to top him off.
That's some Capri Suns.
From him.
You love to see it. Yeah, you got them Capri Suns, just fueling and hydrating everybody out here. But Brother Nature finds himself a little bit low, but that's kind of what Zul'jin wants. Gets the attack speed when he's low on health. Which I guess with a Brightwing, you're not going to get a lot of that burst healing coming out, but outside of just the hyper shift. So probably good healing run with this Zul'jin. That way he can keep an eye on his own health pool. But out comes the climb from the Brightwing, but he does get caught in that scroll of sealing, but not be able to kick to secure that kill. But out comes the damage, out comes the Polymorph, in comes the Condemn. Jumping onto Cake does have enough mana to icing their way out of there, but great disengage from the side of FC Hong Kong.
And there is 7's about to come online and just came online for FC Hong Kong. They're about half a level, quarter level ahead. That early rotation lead really did help them pull out the early 7s.
So in comes the gank up onto that Thrall. Will be able to sneak out of the poke damage is out. Great grenade coming out from Nematode to secure that kill. Now they need to deal with Sonya down here in the bot lane because she does a crazy amount of siege damage even without the Wrath of the Berserker ult. But the first turn-in of this game goes over to Rise and Grind, and they're going to put all of their eggs up here in the top lane. Sorry about that. Camera, little movement there, but out comes the blind. A lot of teams put a lot of effort here in the top lane. This is the boss lane. A lot of teams trying to win up here, but usually you get boss when the enemy team is dead. So I don't necessarily put as much effort up in this top lane as I do the mid lane here, where you can get vision if you get this wall down, and you can kind of control these bushes and control both the turn-ins. So I like, at least with the first turn-in for either side, I like to push out mid if you can.
Definitely, I agree.
Vision is important. Just because we don't have wards like the other ones doesn't mean that vision is not important. But there we go. You know what? Half a wall top, half a wall mid, and not much of a wall bottom because Dispatch did get that gank there. But not a bad job there with the first turn-in. They hit level 7 as they turned in there. But here we go. Now we get to see what FC Hong Kong does with their own turn-in here, and they are making their climb to level 10. Out comes the Blizzard. Out comes the double blind as well. We do see Abyss step up to peel for the team with that triple condemn. And comes Ronin with that Q. Going to be a little dash on out of there. But I like the build from Ronin going on here. That is how I love to build Orphea. At 1 with that trait build, she provides her own slows, which somebody like Raynor you get at 7, but any other slow that the May or the Deckard provides, she just does an additional amount of damage to them. But out comes the Polymorph and that poison damage coming out onto Cake. Just pushing down here, we do see Sonya gonna go ahead and start just wailing away on that fountain to get an advantage there in the bot lane. Brother Nature just doing his thing, chunking out the big mama, but it's some little boys in the front do all of the siege damage. The mama just kind of stands there and shoots out that wave, but getting himself a little bit low, taking some of that minion aggro, but taking a peek back here up at the top Webweaver does go down. And yeah, just Sonya doing all the work there in the bot lane.
And 10s have come out on the side of Free Hong Kong. Did you want to go ahead and list those out?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do see the stay a while and listen as we did call. And then we saw another Draken laser drill. Dispatch finds himself caught out there a little bit. Out comes the snowball from May. Avalanche not going to be able to connect to any members there. We do see Wrath of the Berserker there from that Sonya, so she wants to be able to do all of the siege damage and crushing jaws from that Orphea. But out comes that stay a while, unless connecting onto 2 members. Ronin is going to step up, probably going to go ahead and try and get that crushing jaws out. It's not going to be able to connect with anybody, but out comes the Blessed Shield, a great disengage. Out comes the Fear from the Gul'dan. 10's now online for then the Unkillable does get popped. Sonya trying to spin to win, but is unable to do so. Unfortunately, you can't spin to win underneath the tower, and that is a great double kill in the counter. In defense is Rise and Grind.
Yeah. There was a lot of engaging, re-engaging, disengaging, and then re-engaging. That was great.
Yep, they're just running at each other. These teams, just like let's do it, let's push R, and hopefully we win. But these teams know what is at stakes now. Turn-In is now up and available for the side of Rise and Grind. 5 gems need to be turned in. Yet the Polymorph coming out onto Cake, and Brother Nature is just doing an amazing job, just chunking this May, and he doesn't even have percent base damage. Come 16, it's going to be even better.
And we do have the 10s come out for the side of Rise and Grind. We have Horrify, as we saw, Blink Heal, Earthquake, Blessed Shield, and Tazdingo. Dingo value.
Dingo ate the baby. But here we go. So here we go, putting all the eggs up here in the top lane basket again. Out comes the corruption damage from that Gold and Web Weaver. Going to go ahead and make some quick work of this wall, but Zul'jin's here this time. And Zul'jin does a crazy amount of siege damage, but great defense coming out from the side of FC Hong Kong. They may lose about half the health of this Formus if anybody does go down. Cake finds himself jumping in the back line, does go for that Pog play that the Mays like to do, but will lose their life for it. Out comes the Blessed Shield, out comes Stay a While and Listen, and out comes connecting on the 3 members. We do see the Unstoppable get popped. That is a 2-for-1 trade right now in favor of Rise and Grind, but they're not done yet. Tiny Notai eating all of that poison damage. Out comes the Suck from Gul'dan, and that is a 4 kill and probably 4 end boss for Rise and Grind, and they are back in this game. 13's now online, and what a turnaround. So we do see
now,
turn-in.
Sonya,
Oh, go ahead.
Sonya does have the turn-in, and her team is about to be up, but it looks like they're not. Rise and Grind is not going to go for boss like you had anticipated. They're in the waves, doing their thing, and maybe holding gems to see if they can do the boss at the same time as turn-in.
That makes sense. They're probably knowing that Sonya has the turn-in. The rest of the team is up. I guess Death Timers, it is pre-16, but at the same time the lanes are so pushed out in their favor that I think they could have even if they got boss, they didn't have to worry about top, and they could have just cleared bottom first and then went mid. But both teams going to go ahead and grab the Bruiser camps, get some pressure down there. We do see them checking the boss up here in the top lane. They are showing on wave, so they can collapse here on the Sonya if she's not careful. But Rise and Grind well on their way, already sitting at 37 spider butts.
And I think Sonya's going to get the sneaky turn-in down here. No one's paying attention anymore. They're going for blood. And she does. She succeeds.
Yep, the root does come out there, trying to catch that, but out comes Brother Nature, looking to get the gank out here, but there is no root. Does cut his health there to try and get some damage out there. Great spear coming out from Black Stormer to stall anything there, but she does live to fight. We do see Johanna sitting down here in this bush, but the rotation is up here onto these two. Oh, that fear. Oh, my goodness. Out comes the fear. Going to go ahead and lock down 3 members of FC Hong Kong. And that was just an unfortunate turn of events there as they were looking to get the gank onto Arius there. But unfortunately, the rest of the team rotated up in behind them, and just that fantastic fear through the wall.
That was beautiful. And Sonya was able to take that 4 bottom. So they did get some value out of it, and Death Timers are still pretty low, so Rise and Grind's going to clear it, but they did lose a fort.
Yep, absolutely. So 16's now online. Level and a half down is FC Hong Kong, but mostly kills, I believe, there. If we take a look at this here, yeah, they're holding a 5,000 XP lead just in terms of those 4 kills. So they are going to go ahead and get the turn in there. No boss this time. Death Timers is still low on the side of FC Hong Kong, but they're not quite done yet. I mean, Sonya is keeping the team in this game, sitting at 11k soak to Thrall's 88. So definitely doing her fair share of the duties here.
And then they have to be careful. I think that they're just going to be able to push in this bottom keep and oh sorry, bottom fort and or middle fort. I can use words, and then pressure that mid keep with that wave being so far forward.
Oh, absolutely. So, you know, they did a great job cleaning up top. Top is now meeting halfway. And then they're just going to go ahead and set their sights here on this fort. I expect them to back up there a little bit and just kind of defend at the wall. Sonya has bot lane pushed out so far that like Rise and Grind's kind of forced to be here in the mid lane.
Well, it looks like they're actually changing their mind. I see at least 2, 3, 4. Yep, they're all rotating to the top. They said, you know what, this is our win condition. Let's shove this, and maybe they'll look for a boss after this.
Yeah, I think they need to pick, because 16s will be online here. Sonya is going to rotate up for the rest of the team. So out comes Blizzard from May, trying to zone here a little bit, but in comes Sonya to spin the win. Great combo coming out from Decker. Didn't catch anybody in the scroll of ceiling, but the slow was there enough to make the team back off. And let's see what happens from here. No turn-in available for either team. We can continue to see pressure from both these teams stepping up.
And it looks like Red is just going to play it safe. They know that Blue has 16s. They're just going to wait it out, maybe get turn-in. Both teams are pretty even on the amount of spider gems that they have right now.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing about defending on this particular map, or at least being down, is, you know, the waves are pushed out and just gives you the free turn-in. Oh, excuse me. But I guess not to turn in, then not to free turn in, but the free soak and the free spider butts, where, you know, it might be easier to catch somebody out of position. You know, if say Gul'dan, look where he is now, trying to step up and continue to get gems for turn in.
And both teams are advising to do camps, but Red team's doing the bottom camp, so they will get an extra camp pickup here unless Free Hong Kong invades.
So getting a little crazy here. Sonya was trying to get the turn in there. Did get it. Sonya was not able to get off that flashlight there in time to cancel that turn in. So ahead by 10 gems is FC Hong Kong. Cake, great job not face checking that bush there. But both these teams playing very safe. Now cutting the lead to only about a level and a half, but even talent here. So FC Hong Kong needs to try and pick a fight here. They do see Thrall kind of out of position. But let's see, maybe baiting the boss here. But now they know that the team they are split. So, but just great patience coming out from the side of Rise and Grind. Not looking to take a fight before 20 here. But now they do need to defend here. Last ditch effort here, I think, is this boss call. Cake is ready. Does have Avalanche up and available for this engage. They're walking right into it here. They do disengage the boss. And then Gul'dan just being cheeky and just trying to continue here. The Unstoppable does get popped by the Johanna. We do see Blackstorm did step up here. Cake is going to icing in there. The Lightning, just some poke damage. Just teams trying to reset their positioning here. The boss does leash, so we don't have to worry about that as well.
I like the play here on the side of Rise and Grind. They saw that Sonya had her Preserve Rage popped, and they said, nope, we don't want this. Let's just make sure they get off of it, and then let that expire.
Absolutely. So they are sitting about, I think, 8 or 9 gems away from having their own turn in. But here we go, looking to kind of stall this one out if they can, halfway to level 20. So they don't necessarily want a fight here. So, you know, now's the time for FC Hong Kong if they want to try and make a play here.
In the meantime, that pressure is just building in the top lane. They have to take care of those fighters because their entire wall up there is gone.
Absolutely. So periodic catapults will be spawning in that lane, and they will take it down if it goes unchecked. But there goes the team to go back and deal with that. Good call there.
And I can't math, but I know Red is only a handful of gems away.
Yes,
I
there
can't,
you go.
There we go. Now they have it.
Yep. I can't math either. I just wait for it to start glowing, and then that way I know that they have turned in up and available. So
until recently, I didn't realize that that's what that was. So for those who don't know, it glows the color of your team when you have turn in.
Absolutely. So sights set here on this top lane. Now, FC Hong Kong did a fantastic job. They shoved out top as far as they could. It is crashing onto the fort, so that's where it will spawn. So they don't have to necessarily worry about top. So they will be able to clear mid, then go top. So they are not looking at an end here, unless if they unfortunately lose a team fight here. So they will be able to get 20s and have potentially all 3 keeps.
And 20s are online for the side of Rise and Grind. We have Demonic Circle, Invisible Friends, Earthen Shield, Indestructible, and a surprise for you. That is an interesting pickup that he did not choose the upgraded Tasdingo ability.
So it is. So he's going attack build. So I actually like this build coming out from Zul'jin, but he's going to have. So he has the empowered auto attacks, and then so he has the movement speed. So Zul'jin's going to be able to stay stuck to somebody when he's wailing away on auto attacks, and then when he kills an enemy, his auto attacks go up by 5% up to 40, so they will stack, and then they bounce. So a little bit of lag spike there, but in comes a push here onto this bot lane. Yeah, they do make quick work clearing up top and mid. So the play is here. 20's not quite online. Cake doing a great job zoning out there a little bit with that Blizzard. Do we look for the camp invade here? Nope, that is a smart play. Come out there knowing that the team is right here.
They just need to hold out for just a moment. Just a moment. They almost have their 20s. They'll be on even advantage. And in all reality, it's either team's game. But everyone still has a keep.
Yeah, death timers are absolutely game changing here. So, you know, FC Hong Kong, now level 20, can choose to pick a fight, win a team fight, do boss turn in, and look to end top. So they're not out of it yet, but in comes the engage, or I'm sorry, the invade of their own bruiser camp here as they go ahead and set their sights up on the top lane. I like this boss call. Perhaps they're just going to opt for turn-in. Okay, they're just going to get the turn-in, try and get these lanes pushed out here a little bit. But in comes this. They will try and get it. They do get the turn-in. Unfortunately, Johanna was a tidbit late there. They're going to try and back. Cake needs to be careful.
No.
Does get caught out from that, but a great disengage. Thrall gets just pushed back in that avalanche. Back away. Great disengage from Cake there. But they had to back. They want to defend this keep wall. The wall does go down, but they are able to keep their fort. So just kind of a defensive turn-in from the side of FC Hong Kong, maybe to try and get these waves pushed back in a little bit more of a favorable position.
And Rise and Grind just shredded through that top spider. It was gone before it even had a chance to do anything. So I think that they're going to get an easy clear here, and then we're going to be right back to where we were, where teams need to start collecting, and maybe we'll see a good team fight.
Absolutely. So I'm trying to see who Zul'jin didn't kill yet. Sitting away, there's one person. I would assume maybe Sonya being on the offlane and kill on Sonya. We'll let that Exodia quest be done. A ton of damage coming out onto Thrall there. Out comes the ultimates. The Stay a While and Listen does connect onto 3 members, or if you did use her Crushing Jaws, did connect to 2, but no follow-up damage. Great disengage from that Blast Shield, but in connects and comes damage. Great job from Cake blocking off with those body blocks. Aerial Bliss does find himself low. Down goes Johanna, and that is a triple kill in favor of FC Hong Kong, and that was a team fight that they needed. Great job, great defense. They still have this boss pusher here in the bot lane. They can look at this keep now with Deathhammer sitting at 60 seconds. I think they can go ahead and make a boss play, but out comes the amazing Dorito. They do the blink coming out from, oh no! Down goes Ronin. DG did live with that amazing blink heal there, but well done. 3 kills in favor of 1 there. Unfortunately, the tower got the kill there.
I think they might be. Are they doing a call? Are they calling for core? I think that they might try to end here.
Yeah, they have Sonya. She should have Wrath of the Berserker up. So as long as it keeps Sonya up and alive, the silences come out. Out comes the poison damage. Horrify is up in 15 seconds, but the core is falling at 80%. And here we go. We are looking at possibly a game number 3 here. Nito finds himself low, but Sonya is spinning to win, able to heal. Out comes to Stay a While and Listen to disengage any step up here. 22% and falling. The rest of the team is down, and that will be GG in game 2, going over 1%. Does it live at 1%? No, and that is game 2 going over to FC Hong Kong. Wow.
That was a close game. They did Both teams did fabulous. It came down to that last team fight.
Yeah, it absolutely did, and great core call. I know a lot of teams have a hard time. That's like I think one of the hardest things to learn, especially in competitive, is when to end the game or when you can end the game. A lot of other teams probably would have backed out and probably went and got boss. Would have probably tried to get all the camps and and let the enemies come back. But post 20, we 3 members down for at least a minute. I like that play, and it definitely paid off.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little risky on their part. A lot of them were really low, but when you have a Wrath of Berserker Sonya, if you can just keep her alive, she can shred that core. That is the one advantage she has over Leap, is she can shred cores like no other, especially with that level 20 where she picked up Ignore Pain.
Yep, absolutely. So taking a look here, Gul'dan 5-6-0 again. Eris just pooping out damage on that Gul'dan, just owning all the stats outside of just healing from that Brightwing. But well done, both these teams, and I'm excited we get to a game 3. Like I said, both these teams know what's at stake here, and FC Hong Kong, they didn't take it lightly, and they want to make it to the final dance. So their lives their lives are on the line here for both these teams.
Yeah, most certainly. And looking over at the talents, just to switch gears here, what do you think about Dragon Laser Drill getting picked up again in this game? This time by the opposite team.
Yeah,
You don't see that very often. Usually, people. I mean, you're a DPS player. Like, you got to tell me, is it becoming more in the meta now?
I don't know. Again, I think it probably depends on the DPS on the other side. I mean, Zul'jin and Gul'dan should make quick work of Dragon Laser Drill, but I guess in these small choke points, it can get work done. But I just think the siege potential with Tychus with Odin is just there. But again, maybe they know something and I don't know. I just usually Tychus is banned more often than not, so I don't get a whole chance to play him. But yeah, I'm with you. So maybe, like I said, once we get into the interview, maybe we'll have to ask these teams, since we've seen it on both sides now, we can maybe get an answer.
And then the only other one I wanted to point out is respect the elderly on Deckard. Most of the time I see bottomless flasks, and I haven't actually seen that one in a game yet.
I
with
love
the
that
respect
talent.
elderly.
Yeah, Respect the Elderly is, I think, one of my favorite, outside of maybe Silence and Tomb from Leoric. But like that talent, because you can catch 3 members, or completely shut down and disengage, and then they're silenced and blind for 3 seconds upon waking up from the sleep. So for however long they're asleep, there's another 3 seconds. So that's like, unfortunately, now Furion has that at level 1 now on his root talent, but it's essentially the same thing outside of the silence. But yeah, it's just a severe lockdown, and he went Wopstick at 16, which I absolutely love that talent, especially into a Thrall or a Johanna that wants to probably step up on you anyhow. But just I call that the power spike. Just be able to whap somebody with that stick and just stun them and throw down a potion and walk away. It's just one of my favorite things.
I agree. I'm excited that we got to go to a game 3, or we're getting to go to a game 3. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. We haven't even started. Now? If you are on the side of Rise and Grind, are you gonna say map or are you gonna take first pick?
So I actually already know the answer to that, but they had to pick map both these times, so I think they would opt for first pick. Especially when coming into a game number 3. But that's I'm a cheater and I had the answers, and that's exactly what happened. So let's jump over here to the map picks and bans. Like I said, if you're just tuning in, you are turning into a great game. We're heading into game number 3 between both these teams. But again, FC Hong Kong won the coin flip. They opted for first pick. Banned Braxis and Volskaya. RNG had the choice of first map pick. They banned Dragonshire Cursed Hollow. We went to Towers of Doom for game 1, and game number 1 did go over to Rise and Grind. And then FC Hong Kong won first pick again and went to Towers of Doom, but unfortunately was not able to get to the 2-0 victory there. So here we go, game number 3. Rise and Grind now opting for first pick, and we get to go to your favorite map, dear. And not your favorite map. We already went to your favorite map, but the one you suggested earlier, Infernal Shrines.
Infernal Shrines. That is, I think that's one of the most popular maps in NGS right now. Last I checked, like, I know in Div East, It's been picked like 26 times. On our division, it's in the teens, I believe. It's just a very popular map, I
Yeah,
guess.
this is an NGS special. Like this particular map, it's I think every season it's the most played map. I don't think there's ever a time where I don't think anything else is played more than this one. And I don't know if it's because it's got a little bit of team fight. It has a little bit of the macro side of things. It's kind of like the best of both worlds when it comes to this particular map. A lot of heroes are good and viable on this map. And yeah, this is just a fun one. This is just a well-designed map. And I wish this map was like the go-to one versus, say, Cursed Hollow, that you have to play for 50 levels when you first start the game. And that just that map is just it's so large and not a lot really going on. And I guess it makes sense compared to some of the other MOBAs, where you have that 20-minute laning phase. But
Listen, I love Cursed Hollow. You need to stop talking bad about it.
I like Cursed Hollow.
Is
Like
that
I'm
your
not saying
team's favorite map too? Like,
I don't think so. I mean, we well, it's tough. Like it's a good map. It's a very good map. It's a well designed map. Yeah, but the nice thing about Blizzard is it's not your stereotypical MOBA. It has the objectives, so you have the forced team fights to break up that monotony. But yeah, Curse Hall's banned, so we don't got to worry about it here. So next best thing here is Infernal Shrines. So D Nasty in the chat saying laser makes sense when you don't have objectives where you can siege into the enemy team like Infernal Shrines. I mean, I agree. It's great for defense. It can stall out objectives, but depending on the damage, like the Gul'dan poison damage, oh shoot, I don't remember whoever the auto attacker was on the side of
Zul'jin.
That was Zul'jin.
Rising Grind had Zul'jin. Yep.
So they should have been able to chunk that thing down, but again, so like in game one, we saw it with Towers of Doom, which I guess made sense for the defense because you're trying to siege back, the bottom tower. I just let them know that we are ready. But yeah, so here we go. So first pick, I think we see the Sony band coming out again from the side of FC Hong Kong. I don't think they let.
I agree. I don't think they let them have that again. I think that was a one-time only deal that Sony really kept them in it for a while. So I think that would be a great first respect ban.
All right. So any respect bans gonna come out there towards FC Hong Kong? Do you think since from game number one?
You mean FC Hong Kong going to?
No. Like Rising Grind's gonna ban towards like.
Okay. I think Sonya.
Okay.
is gonna get banned right
they
here.
they have first pick, and like I said, Dispatch has the 80% win rate on the Sonya, so I think they may opt to take it first here. Very good Sonya map.
Yep, that is very true. I almost would argue though that while that's true, I think D.Va is also very strong in this map, and they played it in the first match, so they might not want. Nope, and doesn't matter. They're not having it. No one gets to play Sonya this game.
Nope. So
Each team got it once.
Yep. So Hawker got to be picked in game number one. So knowing that Sonya probably was going to come back to them, I like that. Hawker ban. Now we could see the D.Va ban, but Li Ming is still up and available. This isn't her best map, but again, when she's getting kills and getting those resets, who cares about her wave clear when when your whole team's dead? So they're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. Sylvanas is able to just split push like a maniac with Black Arrows, be able to shut down those towers. And then there's that Mephisto ban again. So FC Hong Kong really not wanting to deal with Mephisto on this map.
I was actually going to say I would be surprised if they let Mephisto. He did some work in that first game, and he's not terrible at the Shrine. So that all the respect coming out from FC Hong Kong. They're saying, you know what, we appreciate that you can do this, but no thank you.
All right, so there's Arius going to go ahead and pick that Chromie. She did sneak through the bans this time with that Sonya pick going on up there. But you know what, it's a good Chromie is hard to deal with, especially in these pit fights, slowing sands. It's just, even though it did see a nerf, it still feels oppressive. Now, I was gonna mention Blackstormer does show D.Va. I didn't get a chance to pick his win rate, but I knew they loved playing the D.Va, and then out comes that Deckard again. So these healers just sticking with the tried and true here, not switching it up.
A
world is worth fighting for.
All right, and May switching sides this time, so Abyss is going to go ahead and grab the May.
And May is super strong at the shrine with that blizzard and the zoning tools that she brings. So I don't know, Diva though, that bomb can be very annoying.
Yeah, again, the same zoning potential coming out from the mech explosion as May with that blizzard. So, and then Chromie with the slowing sands, Deckard with all of his fun stuff. But that's Zul'jin ban right there. Get him out of here. So I'm thinking maybe with the Zul'jin ban, we might see a Johanna pickup here coming out from Cake. Very good on this map with the wave clear and just to be able to group up those shrine minions and kind of cleave them down with the punish.
You know, I'm going to be crazy. I don't know if he plays it, but I would almost kind of like to see a Garrosh come out.
I was expecting maybe a Tychus ban here, but they do go ahead and take away that Li Ming from Ronin. So I expect Nematode and Cake to go ahead and lock in here. But then again, Ronin can hold. Like, they already have a mage. They're out of bans.
Wait till they get
Ooh, hey, they picked a thing.
They picked your girl.
So in comes the Kerrigan. Fantastic on this map. I love Kerrigan. That's on actually that particular line is on a Weena soundboard near you somewhere, I'm sure. But no, I am a huge Kerrigan fan. Absolutely love that hero. Don't really play her in competitive a whole heck of a lot. She's just more so my quick match or my brawl. My hero. But there we go. There is that Junkrat, Brother Nature. Gonna go ahead and lock that in. 100% win rate. Let's see if that still holds true here in game number 3. And last dispatch. Gonna go ahead and grab that Dahaka. Love that pickup. The global is very important here on this map. But I think I've seen FC Hong Kong, like, they main tank Kerrigan. More so Diva, I guess,
Really?
per se. Yeah, so it's like...
Interesting.
Like maybe a false stat pickup here, but nope, they're going to opt for the Johanna here. I like that pickup a lot. Going to be able to group them up. Kerrigan will be able to follow up with the stun. Tychus will be able to chunk them down. And a lot of push pressure here with the 4, so Kerrigan can kind of solo clear the objectives. But I like the zoning. A lot of zoning coming out from the side of Rise and Grind.
So are you favoring their draft over Free Hong Kong then, or what are you thinking, Dan?
I can't pick against Kerrigan. It's like it's like asking, like, what I mean, like it's like asking me to, like, you know, to have you pick against Murky. Like, it's just not gonna happen. You take my girl Kerrigan, and I'm gonna hope you win. But no, the team comp and the objective control coming out from the side of Rise and Grind is just going to be really oppressive. The Blinds is going to just put a damper on Tychus and Kerrigan, along with that zoning. And, you know, picking Kerrigan into a Brightwing isn't the most fun thing in the world, as well as Junkrat Boops. So Ronin will need to be on point with his positioning here.
You heard it first. He's saying that he likes Rise of Grind's comp better, and I'm actually going to go on the opposite side. I like Free Hong Kong better here.
All right. Well, he already started with Fury of the Swarm, so Kerrigan already off to a good start. But looking to keep their playoff hopes alive is FC Hong Kong here on the left-hand side. We have Tiny Notai on the Deckard, Nematode on the Tychus, Blackstormer on the Diva, Ronin on that Kerrigan, and Cake on Johanna. And what about the right-hand side?
And in the red trunks, trying to pull out another win, we have Eris on the Chromie, Life DG on the Brightwing, Last Dispatch on Dahaka, Azrael Abyss on May, and rounding it out, Brother Nature on his 100% win rate Junkrat. Let's see if he can keep it at 100.
All right, so this will make or break it here. Is the first combo going to come out from Ronin here? So the tongue does connect on to Blackstormer, hopefully taking him to dinner next time first, but is living in the back line here a little bit. Is going to get D-macked, but go ahead and try and fire off that shot, but in comes the icing from Azrael Abyss. The Polymorph does come out, and they were able to lock down Diva there and secure that kill and first blood.
Yeah, it's unfortunate when you're Diva and you die out of your mech when you're in the back of the team, because you're just, until you have good your pilot abilities, you're pretty much dead every time.
So here we go. So Cake is gonna go ahead and be that offlaner, double soak, possibly double soak Johanna. Johanna has great wave clear, can do it, but maybe just covering for the team as we see Diva rotating up here. But you know what, Kerrigan, she can main tank if she has to.
It
but
looks like Both teams are going to pick up their side for camps, and oh, I thought they were going to be invading there, but it looks like Rise and Grind is just going to go on and say we're going to take this bottom camp as well.
Yeah, why not? No need to fight for this. You can get both and keep the pressure there. But Blackstormer making it back here in lane is going to be able. Oh, Dispatch with these tongues is going to pull Blackstormer back into the wall. Going to go ahead and chunk down Diva with some of those tower shots. Kazu camps are meeting here in the middle, throwing spears at each other. Seems like a typical Friday night. But here we go. Out comes the stun. Ronan finds himself low, eating all of that poke damage coming out from Junkrat and Cake. Right here as well, the group up these Kazras, these Goatmen, whatever you like to call them, out here and making quick work of it. We like you too, Traxy. Gio says he loves you too. He's happy that you're picking for his team. D Nasty saying he likes the Decker and the Brightwing. Yeah, these healers are just absolutely just putting on a clinic here tonight with both these heroes. All right, so we just see the rotations happening here. Both teams just doing the soak things. We do see FC Hong Kong is going to go ahead and catch the top bruisers. I was trying to see if they're going to try to maybe engage onto Cake there. Out comes the trap. Mother Nature just slowing those rotations there. Love the trap placement and the bomb placement there. But Junkrat is eating a face full of cake there, and not in a good way. Does step up, and just the trading going on down here to push these lanes out. Junkrat is going to have to go up top here to start. Actually, I guess he's already down here on the first objective, which is going to be a Mortar Punisher. But FC Hong Kong already in position.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get quite a few of these little skeletal, I think they're called skeletal defenders.
You know what? I think that's what they're called. Shrine monkeys. Whatever you want to call them. The combo does come out from Kerrigan, not able to get the stun, but it does pull the team back in. Out comes the hyper shift on to Brightwing, or from Brightwing to keep Abyss up and alive. 20-11 now. So just catching up back on the Shrine clear is Rise and Grind. The Blackstormer does get stunned. Does he get stunned out of that? No, he does get the neck out. The Polymorph does come out. But great zoning from Blackstormer there to let the team reset here. The Ronin is up in here, does eat that blind. They're chunking, taking all of that chromie damage to the face. That sandwich is Ronin there. But out comes the root. There's a lot of buttons getting pushed here. Blackstormer does go ahead and dive back in there. Two-man condemn onto that team. Down goes Diva. But they give us their life, but they do get the Punisher.
And Dahaka is gonna have to break and take care of that. Their camp is just shoving that top wall down. If he ignores that, they could lose their first fort.
Yeah, so we do see Ronan is going to go ahead top and take care of that, but we do see Last Dispatch doing the offlane thing, just shoving both of these lanes, as it's just a three-man push. So, I mean, they did get the wall bottom. They got about a quarter of the health of this fort, so not a bad first push there from the side of FC Hong Kong, and most likely going to rotate to their concert camp here.
I do like that both teams are being safe. They're just taking their own sides. They're not trying to do anything crazy. I think they will just want to get to 10s, and maybe we'll see some more brawling then.
All right, but here comes the engage. Pinks are coming out. In comes the Hawk of the Power of the Global, able to turn these fights around. 5v4, Ronin can try and combo over the wall here, does get it, but unfortunately the team does go down. Decker does go down. 300 health on Nematode, does live to tell the tale there. Yeah, great invade there. Dahaka will walk his slow behind back up to the top lane, but a lot of bushes for Dahaka to get that movement speed rolling. But Rise and Grind, I'm going to go ahead and take this bottom camp with the man advantage.
Oh, it looks like Eva is in some trouble up here. I don't know if you're watching, but
I'm up here
Dahaka
now.
got a tongue on her. He got a tongue on her. She lost her mech, and if he can get another tongue, he might be able to kill her.
So taking a look
Nope.
at the build here.
They're just going to walk away from one another.
Yep, Feeding Frenzy.
Gentleman's agreement.
Yep, I absolutely love that talent on Dahaka. The auto attacks reset the tongue cooldown. I absolutely love that talent. So you can just kind of get the tongue in there, get your auto attacks in there. If you can pull them, great boop. Well, unfortunately not a great boop, but a fortunate boop for Ronan there to get booped by Junkrat and dodge that May Ice, the icing there. But taking a look here at some of these talents, we do have Q-Quest coming out from the Chromie once again for the first time. So 15 out of 40 stacks, almost halfway there, but really want to just punish there as much as possible. And then Ronan went ahead and went Sharpened Blades, going Q-Quest there, needs to get the kill. It's quicker to get the kill if you can secure the kills with the Q to get that stack, but able to do more damage with that. But in comes the rotate. Ronan finds himself caught between his tank and that wall. Out comes the Riptire. 10's now in line for both these teams. Nematode is going to pop the Unstoppable to dodge that May icing, but he is off the well. Out comes the Avalanche, going to push Ronan back into the enemy team, right into that slowing the sands, and down goes Ronan. Stasis does get popped by the Haka to save themselves. Nematode does step up to try and just disengage, get a little extra poke damage done. But holy cow, a 1-0 trade in favor of Rise and Grind.
And unfortunately, I guess did go Odin this time, but it's going to be down for this Shrine, which is unfortunate. And Diva's out of her mech. She's going to get chased down, and down goes Diva. That was an unfortunate pick right before her Shrine, but the timers are still low. She's going to be there relatively quick.
Yeah, the next best thing, I guess, next to a Stukov silence underneath a D-mech Diva, I guess would be slowing sands. And Chromie's just a cheating hero that gets her ultimate at level 8, so can really take advantage of that slowing sands and getting just picks onto that Diva. Because I think slowing sands, because I think it stacks, if I remember correctly, because Diva, when she's auto-attacking, it already slows her movement speed. So then it's just a stacking slow for the Diva, so just Diva has a hard time into slowing sands. But in comes that zone potential from Blackstormer. It does have that mech. In comes Riptire, is going to jump in here, try and clear that out, and it does happen. Wave clear ult, love to see it from that Junkrat. So this is a Frozen Punisher, but they do catch Blackstormer out of position here again, and is going to go down, but able to provide space for the team to try and make work onto this Frozen John Cena. Cake does step up, does not pop the Unstoppable, and this May, it comes out now. It's great stay alignless and connecting onto the May, so no follow-up engage there onto Cake. Cake sitting at about half health. Ronan stepping out, but does get the Frozen Root. Needs to be careful. John Cena does get jumping onto two members here. Cake does step up, looking to get that Chromie. Out comes the Blessed Shield, not connecting to anyone. In comes the Haka. Pings are coming out. Looking to jump in onto this backline. Looking to maybe jump in on this Keratin, but it's not going to happen. But in comes Blackstormer. He isn't done yet. They do lose the mid fort. And they do back off there with their prize of that fort.
That is the first fort of the game going over to Rise and Grind, but they do have 13s at this point. This is their time if they want to push in and say, you know what, you're down a talent, we're down a talent here. You just gotta let us have it.
Yeah, absolutely. So offlaners are back to their top lane, but they're not down. You know, it's one level lead. They do. FC Hong Kong does have half the fort health down here, so they can easily just come back in the side of structures. They only lost one fort. And you know, it just happened to be the second when the Frozen Punisher was able to shut down a lot of the forts and the towers there. So a little bit of a Punisher advantage, I guess, in favor of Rise and Grind there between 1 and 2. But it is down here in the bot lane, so if they can win a team fight here, Ronan does step up. Great job not face checking the Bush Cake, stepping up here as well. But if they can win a team fight here and take down this fort and get the objective, I mean, then we're talking about a keep wall.
And it looks like Diva might be coming down. She checked that camp. They already got it, though, so they're just going to have to back away.
Already. So D Nasty already asking how many deaths on Diva so far. 4.5. 4.5 deaths onto that Diva. So just absolutely just taking advantage. Looks at the traps, the boops, just anti-Diva comp coming out from the side of Rise and Grind here.
I think we're going to get engaged here from May. Nope. Every time I think something's going to happen, they're like, you know what? Never mind. And I think that they're going to be passive, and they're like, you know what? She said we're not going to do anything. Let's go in.
Yeah, you know what? That's a hard thing too, because like a lot of these these teams, like Rise and Grind, I'm not sure if forgive me, Rise and Grind, I'm not sure if you're a newer team or not. I know FC Hong Kong was around last season; they play in Heroes Lounge. But as an assassin player, like that's one of the hardest things. It's like you know, if your tank is not necessarily a target caller or a shot caller, you just need that kind of that continuity to know their positioning and when they're going to while out and try and engage. But here we go. Cake does step up to clear this wave, but Abyss was there as well. The Blizzard does come out. Does have Avalanche available, so probably looking for that behind flank Avalanche to the team here, maybe before the third objective.
And Free Hong Kong is going to need to be careful because on the side of Ride and Grind, they are picking up that camp. And if they just let that push, it could take that front fort.
Absolutely, but I want to see them go ahead and push this lane out here a little bit because this vision here, we talked about vision earlier, grants you access to this bush, and you can put your front line here, forcing the enemy team to channel in this way, where you can put most of your damage. So now what they're going to do is let this clear, but now they allow Junkrat. Yep, there we go. The trap should be there, and if I were Junkrat, I would put a bomb right here on the other side. He's going to put it up top, so there we go, forcing them to walk right through here where all of the damage can be dumped. So,
and without D.Va, I just don't think that they have the ability to come in with this fight knowing that Dahaka can burrow in at every time. So I think this Punisher is going to easily go over to the side of Rise and Grind.
Yep, absolutely. So the wave is pushed out. They don't have a wall here. Fort is at half health, so this is easily the second fort for Rise and Grind. But Dahaka will rotate down here to catch that mid-soak. D.Va doing the same thing here in the top lane.
I like play on the side of Free Hong Kong that they were just like, you know what, they're going to have that. Let's just back up. Let's set up for a strong defense and not worry about getting jumped on by John Cena without a real fort behind us.
I do like Johanna on this particular map because of her trait. She can just flashlight, hit the trait, and then just bait this thing over the wall. I'd love to see them kind of past the keep, if at all possible. Just to try and get it as far away from that wall as possible. So already making quick work with on this Punisher. It is a little down. John Cena's punching a little bit, but about quarter health there. So great defense coming out there from FC Hong Kong.
But D.Va might be in trouble again. Junkrat's going to boop her. Oh, he's booping her back into the team, but they're walking away. I think that could have potentially been a kill, but I like the safety. They aren't even talent tiers. They're ahead in structures. Why fight if you have to? If you don't have to, I should say.
Now they're just playing. They're playing to not lose the game. They have a level lead. They're ahead in structures. To your point, yeah, they're just playing to not lose the game here at this point. But 16 is now in line for FC Hong Kong, and you know they can look to pick a fight here from here until 20 on the side. So let's see what they want to do here. Camp pushing mid on the side of, or for Rise and Grind here, and it will meet there as the teams rotate down here in the bottom. So just trying to paint the map red is Rise and Grind. Just trying to keep up their macro advantage and keep these lanes pushed out.
And on both Kerrigan and Chromie, they're both about... Kerrigan's a little under half, and Chromie's a little at half. A little over half for their quests. So it looks like both of them are about halfway through that.
Yeah, no kills on the side of FC Hong Kong. That's six kills in favor of kills on Rise and Grind. Unfortunately, they were all onto that D.Va who's just trying to keep catching soak for the team and just kind of getting caught out.
That is the punishment. That is a good Junkrat with his bombs. Unfortunately, those bombs, you have no control over where you land.
Yeah, that is very true. Just you can get that lucky Junkrat boop. Sometimes he saves your life, and other times it's just like, I don't like this hero.
He just wants to introduce you to his backline.
That was always my proposed name for a team in NGS, was poking your backline. But I just don't know if it would fly. Past the sensors. I like this call coming out from FC Hong Kong here to try and gain some structure advantage here. It looks like we're going to try and go fort for fort. So all three forts will be down and a partial health of the bottom keep. But you know what? The win condition right now looks to be the bot lane for Rise and
I like
here.
their call here. I like their call of, you know what, we see where they're at. Let's just take this. See if we can maybe push this structure in. Because it doesn't matter if you only have your keeps left. You take one lane and you push it all the way in. That's still a win condition.
Absolutely. So making quick work of that wall there. They do lose their fort, but they got a fort and a keep wall there. So nice job heads up play coming out from FC Hong Kong there. But they need to be careful. They're going to clear out this wave and maybe start objective here. But 20s will be online for Rise and Grind here for this next shrine. To get 20 of their own. They're going to start it. Going to go ahead and just clear this up here in the top lane. The Kazu camps down here in the bot. All 3 of them will be up and available within 30 seconds. So maybe they try and get that pushing in opposite lanes. But here comes D.Va. Needs to be careful. Has to know that the entire team is probably sitting there on that objective. So doesn't want to step up too far. You got time. Let it ride to the wall. No reason to be out of position there.
I love this call from them. I would have liked if they stayed a little more out of vision and waited till that push to the wall. But I liked, oh, they're going to back up. They were baiting it, making them think they went back. That was smart.
I like this call,
because we did have Junkrat and Dahaka come.
So they are 39ing this. I like this counter call. They're going to have to back to deal with that camp, and so they're going to hold the objective. This is the perfect play. Big brain play. They now have 20s. They can get these other camps pushing and look to maybe even take a team fight here since they don't have 20s on the side of FC Hong Kong yet.
In the meantime, FC Hong Kong is just trying to get to 20. They don't want to fight this down because John Cena is just another hero. They don't want to fight 6v5 down 20.
Absolutely. So they are just worried about this top lane here. But now have to deal with bottom. That castle camp is going to be pushing into a already damaged keep. And they're going to start pushing out this wave here. I like this play a lot. Go ahead and grab the objective. It is a Mortar Punisher. So not the best, but we'll be able to do the job here.
And we do have Big Red Button coming out, as well as Indestructible, Available Armor, Respect the Elderly, and Sonic Shift.
So here we go. Out comes the lead, stunning 2 members of FC Hong Kong. The great kite coming out here from FC Hong Kong. Even before some damage went on to that key. But out comes the Riptire. Did he go resets? Where did he go? He did not go resets. How could he not go resets on that? But did go Cannonball for the extra poke damage. Blackstormer does make it back into the mech. Great defense. Only losing the wall and half that keep.
Yeah, that was a fantastic defense on the side of FC Hong Kong. They got it to jump, they tore it down, and it looks like Rise and Grind is on the retreat.
All right, absolutely. They are going to go ahead and start their Bruiser camp?
Or... Nope. They're just going... Oh, okay. Yep, you're right.
It's like maybe they're just sending one up to help push that wave out there a little bit. But here we go. The counter push is going to come out from the side. Eris is going to get great vision and zoning abilities coming out from that Chromie. So they will successfully probably go ahead and take this keep here. And their win condition is now open. Rest of the team does back, but I don't think they're going to back in time to save this keep.
Oh, no. They might. They can
Junkrat.
kill... They were able to... I mean, Junkrat can poke it down, but they saved it.
Junkrat, pop your bomb. Pop. Oh. 500 health. 500 health. Come on. But here we go. So that camp is pushing there. We'll probably finish taking at least half that wall there. So able to get some space is FC Hong Kong, and they do save that. Again, just Junkrat, your bomb's on there, man. Just hit D. Just go ahead. But here we go. Go ahead and clear this. And both these teams are right now just playing very passively, not wanting to make a mistake. This is game 3 of the best of the 3-game series. Cake does step up. Out comes Blush Shield. Is going to connect here. The Hyper Shift onto Arius. Ronan does jump in on the back line. Does get Polymorph to interrupt that combo. He does hit that stasis, but it is not long enough to get any sort of healing. Out comes the Stay on One. Is connected onto 2 members, but unfortunately the Snowball pushes the full front line back, and the chase is on. We do see the Blizzard and the Icing coming out from the Mei to lock down that Tychus, and down he goes there, and out comes the stasis. Last dispatch digging under the ground, looking to get this. Out comes the Riptire, does get some damage done, chunking down Tiny No Tie, but that is a 2-for-0 kill in favor of Rise and Grind, and I think they're going to try and make a core call here.
I think that's smart decision. They've got 2 down on their side. All their team is pretty much full health, and it looks like they've caught Cake out. He is gonna pop his D. I think he walks away, but I don't know. I think this might be the end for FC Hong Kong if they the call core.
So they're gonna back out. Okay, they want to make the second key call. Okay, this makes sense. Maybe try and get all of the structures. The rest of the team is up in 20 seconds. So potentially the last team fight here on this objective here up top, and we're looking at a frozen Punisher here. So we'll be able to shut down any structure that it does see here.
And I love that Brightwing is going to depressurize bottom even more. So that's going to be Winions on the core, potentially on the side of Rise and Grind.
All right, so FC Hong Kong is going to go ahead and just kind of do the same thing here. But the rotation is here. Snicky. So, I mean, they do have a keep. So the Punisher will part of a wall here as well, so they will be able to bait this over the wall, but the side wall is down. So May, Junkrat, and Dahaka will all be able to engage on that John Cena jump. But they do cap this camp. They are pushing this out as well. They do see Brightwing. Brightwing is the only one down here, but no one is there to fight, so she can be here as well. Now they can leave Junkrat here. Junkrat can finish this himself. Dahaka can finish this himself and dig back if need be. So that is going to go ahead and get called. The rest of the team is going to go back. So I like this call. The pressure is here from FC Hong Kong. Any kills and they can look to end. They can maybe race this. Out comes the Odin. Out comes the Riptire as well. Does connect onto every single member, choking out the damage. Out comes the D.Va mech bomb. We do see Abyss step up. Is going to catch D.Va in that. Tiny No Tai is going to catch 2 people into that. Silence is the Dahaka looking to get the tongue. Great blast shield for the disengage coming out. Brightwing is going to go ahead and pop that cleanse there to disengage the team. Now the chase is on. We do see Big Red Button coming out as well. Blackstorm does get caught into that polymorph, and D.Va needs to be careful. Out comes the Blink, just eating all the damage. Great Q to stun and get the way out of there. John Cena is down. We do see Cake is going to go ahead and get back as the rest of the team is running away. Slowing Sands does come out. The Junkrat boop to get on the other side of that D.Va. And just D.Va's got some wiggles here. The chase is still on. Nematode does step up here to maybe try and help disengage this, but I think this might be it. That does get the tongue back into the Slowing Sands, and that will be Black Stormer eating that polymorph as well. And down goes D.Va. And John Cena is still about quarter health here. The shields are falling onto this core as the team steps up. Only one member down. Out comes the Silence as well, coming out from that Brightwing stun back onto Johanna. She does hit that level 20 indestructible. Great healing coming out from Decker. Nematode does step up as well. 55% and falling is the core. Out comes the Riptire, 28% and falling to 18, 19. Down goes 2 more members. Say Wallison does come out, but that is GG's. Game 2 in the series, going over to Rise and Grind.
And once again, very close game. Very close game. It could have gone to either one. That was props to both teams. You guys both did a great job. It was back and forth.
Yeah, just great calls coming out from FC Hong Kong. Just great heads-up plays. I mean, like you said, it was very close. They had to disengage there. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get that pick. Again, I think that bottom fight made or break what was happening there.
I completely agree. And Junkrat, 60,000 damage. Almost a little less than double, but almost double what Tychus was able to put out. That was some great boops. He really made D.Va's life uncomfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. And then just that 100% Junkrat still holding true. No deaths, no kills at all whatsoever for the side of FC Hong Kong. So just, no real advantage. D.Va, unfortunately, just the brunt of most of those deaths. But we're able to make do with what they had and almost won it without, securing a single kill.
Yeah, no, they did a great job, and I have to give hats off to this Dahaka. He was able to, D.Va on this map can sometimes run over someone slow like a Dahaka or a Deathwing who is a little, they wobble from lane to lane, but Dahaka out-soaked D.Va, so hats off to Dahaka. Last Dispatch, you did a great job there, buddy.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and reach out and see if we can get an interview here, and if so, maybe we can get some answers to that drill question that we've been asking.
That's haunting us, yeah.
Absolutely. So I'll jump back to our beautiful faces and whisper. See if we need an interview. But oh my goodness, what a series there, and what especially for you for your first cast. Great back and forth from both these teams. But yeah, it was that was really fun and exciting.
It was very exciting. I liked the fact that it went to 3 games. I liked the fact that it wasn't just a utteral stomp. Both teams pulled out some really good plays, and it was in game 2 and game 3. It really came down to who's going to win this last team fight because they both had win conditions. And Rising Pride obviously pulled out, but Hong Kong, I hope you guys make it to playoffs because you were really well. You played really well.
Absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into. We do have an interview. Let's just jump into lobby number 2.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. All right, so it looks like we'll have last dispatch. Awesome.
Yes, I love the off lane.
So hopefully you have some questions. I actually probably didn't prep you ahead of time if you didn't have any questions. But you know what? It's off laning. But here we go. Is last dispatch. Congratulations and GG's on the 2-1 victory.
Thank you very much.
How are you guys feeling?
It's really good to get a win. We've had a couple rough weeks here.
Yeah, it's a very long season, especially like in teams where like sometimes it's front loaded or sometimes it's rear loaded, I guess would be the best way to put it. Where a lot it's not sprinkled. The really tough teams aren't really sprinkled, but Division D this on both coasts is very competitive this season, and just a lot of great plays. And I know from experience, FC Hong Kong is no slouch of a team, but you guys played really, really well.
Agreed. But yeah, thank you.
The humbleness, the humble.
I enjoy it absolutely. So, but no. So let's go ahead and start with game number 1. You guys opted for Towers of Doom. Is that just a map you guys are comfortable on? Just knowing that you guys go ahead and just kind of rock that soak game.
Yeah, definitely. We always feel pretty comfortable on towers. Generally, that's one of the maps we go for. Actually, we ended up playing all the maps that we really liked tonight. So,
all right, absolutely. So, any questions from you, Trax, on game number 1 from Towers of Doom?
Well, I actually have a question about map bans. So, you guys feel very comfortable on Towers of Doom, but didn't you also ban Shrines, which plays very similarly with the double soaking and the holding bottom? You guys just not like Dragonshire, or was that like a target for the other team, or what? Why did you ban that map out of curiosity?
Actually, twofold. Shrines and Dragonshire, we hate load, and they seem to like it. So it was an easy pick today.
Oh, okay. Well, there you have it, folks.
All right, but I guess in that nature, then game 2, like Tower, I believe at least Tomb of the Spider Queen is FC Hong Kong's. I think that's one of their stronger maps. And you guys actually picked that map and they actually had first pick as well. I mean, were you guys confident enough in your strategy? I know you said you got to play. You guys like that map as well. But I guess from a strategy standpoint, like. Was that the thinking going into game number 2?
Totally. We definitely like that map. We were we almost banned out the Sonya, and I think we should have. I didn't think that I played particularly well that map. And honestly, we basically lost because of that last team fight. Tazdingo didn't go off. I died early. That was the game.
Yeah, it's tough, and it's kind of cheesy to say because it's just like, oh, I found my keys in the last spot I looked. Well, of course you did, but like a lot of these games come down to what would be like the last team fight there. So like even in game number 3, where they were pushing your bot keep, they had it well done. Like if they they didn't have a single kill that game up until that point, that if they do happen to secure a kill, that may have gone the other way to them here. But yeah, I think you guys played it well in game 2. It was very back and forth. You guys had a little bit of a lead, but they were able to win that team fight. I think it was up in the top lane. mid or top lane, but they ended up getting like the 3 or 4 kills and were able to kind of snowball it back in their favor there.
Yeah, I think it was mid.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely misplayed that fight. That whole game, I didn't feel great.
We were also curious. There were a few times where you took quite a few of them out of the fight, and you guys never went for boss. Was there a reason were you guys trying to save your gems so you could get a boss and turn at the same time, or was boss just on the back burner? You didn't want to worry about it.
I just realized that I don't think anybody took boss in that game. We had one call where we were almost gonna go. I think they had 2 dead, and we decided against it because it was pretty early on.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good point. Honestly, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, they had it about half health when you guys kind of sniffed it out, and then just you guys, your presence at that point, because I think they were behind at that point, so they maybe were just looking for maybe like a home run, but you guys sniffed that out. But I think you guys had all but Sonya dead. You got the 4-man team wipe, and I thought for sure you guys were going to go ahead and get the boss and the turn in, but ended up just playing the map. Just kept lanes pushed out, so I don't fault you there at all whatsoever. So then coming into game number 3, was it just, I guess, like the strategy of, looking to maybe grab the Chromie, because they can't ban everything, right? So, or maybe letting you have your Sonya, which I talked about a little bit. If you do watch the replay, I highlighted your Sonya 80% win rate this season on the Sonya. So, again, you weren't able to play her, but, taking a ban for the team is usually a good thing.
Yeah, so first of all, Sonya has always been a comfort pick for me, and especially now that she's pretty overpowered. It's a little unfortunate that she never gets through, but she was always a comfort for me.
Yeah.
Then with the bans, we were either going to take Chromie, Mephisto, or Sonya. Whichever one got through. They couldn't ban them all.
Fair
I think you guys drafted that one really well. I guess the only other question that I have before we let you go and celebrate with the team, at least for myself, and I know Trax kind of has the same question there, but Dragon Laser Drill. I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit. We finally did see Odin in game 3. Are we missing something, or is that just more of a zoning type thing? Like, we're just kind of making sure we didn't miss the boat here.
So you are not the first casters to bring that. There's always fixed laser.
Okay, that's fair. I just was curious on the reasoning.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't really play a lot of Tychus, but generally we have been winning when he takes it. So
okay,
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Fair enough. Alrighty, Trax. Any more questions before we let this gentleman go?
No. I think I do want to give you some props. In the recast, I'm an offlane main, so I love to lurk on other offlaners, and you did a really fantastic job keeping up with the fact that D.Va could double soak a lot faster than Dahaka can, and you actually ended with more XP contributed than her. So I just want to tap my hat to you and say good job with that fight, because I thought that D.Va was gonna run away with it, and you said not today.
shout out to the rest of the team for that. They were winning the 4v4s, and then I was joining them, and that really allowed me to double soak while they could just take camp. So that's on the rest of the guys for doing what they were supposed to do. But thank you.
Yeah. You always have to thank your 4-man. Without them, half the game doesn't happen. So I get that.
Totally.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations to you guys getting the 2-1 victory. Thank you again for just putting on a show for us and the people. It was a fantastic series. Look forward to following you guys and hopefully get to see maybe an awesome rematch here in the playoffs. If fingers crossed, both of you guys make it.
Yeah. Thank you guys both for casting. We always love to be casted. It's a great community around here. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hey, no problem, and have a good evening.
Thanks. You too.
Yep. Alrighty, Trax, I will call you back.
All right, sounds good.
Alrighty, so let's get Trax back in here, see her beautiful face one last time before we say our goodbyes. Turn off my camera, get the pop out here. Alrighty, Trax. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad I have the honor of allowing you. Not, I guess not necessarily allowing you, but just bringing you along for the ride for your first cast. Are you gonna opt to do it again sometime? Hopefully, I didn't scare you off too much. But yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. I need to get my auctioneering voice off. Like you're like, da, 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 they're doing this and they're doing that, and I don't know how you keep up with where they're at and what they're doing. Like I'm just like watching one person and you're talking about something. I'm like, where's that happening? So it's not as easy as it looks, folks. So hats off to all you actual casters. But yeah, I would like to learn. I think that it really helps the community grow when more people's games are casted. I know that I always get excited when our games are casted. So thank you, and hopefully I can learn some more. Maybe I want to try to hop around and like hear how different casters do it and what their style is, and maybe I can join the ranks of the great casters like you and Venus one day.
Listen, it was an absolute blast. You did fantastic. I mean, your first go around, you even started calling some of the team fights there. So you are well on your way. Venus is an absolute joy to cast with. Very casual, makes it fun, and that's why we do it. But to these people here, these viewers at home, Tracks, if they don't know you or where they can find you and what you got going on, why don't you fill them in here?
Yeah, so my name is Traxix. I do cast on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at It's a Traxix. I am the offlane murky extraordinaire for Team Clouded Minds, undefeated, and I gotta pog us, I gotta say what I say. If you want, you can catch me on Fridays. I like to get drunk. And so hopefully you'll see me casting some more with some more casters, and maybe you'll stop by my channel when I'm actually doing something that I do and be entertained.
Absolutely. She is a fantastic watch on Twitch. I enjoy her streams. Very knowledgeable if you want to learn how to play Murky or Deathwing. Good stream to follow there. Great mage player too, but she's humble. She doesn't like to talk about her mages at all whatsoever. But you guys had stumbled your way here following your teams, but I'm Dax Hots, both on Twitch and Twitter. Best place to follow me there. Occasionally I do stream Salty Storm League. Maybe I'll get into that tomorrow with Trax because I will be joining her in her capades and that journey on Friday. So, but again, thanks to everybody showing up here tonight for the stream. Congratulations to both these teams. Fortunately, there just had to be one winner, and tonight it was Rise and Grind. But we are going to send you over. Let's see. Looks like Frosty is casting some NGS. Looks like all of the games kind of ended at the same time. So we'll send you over to Frosty for some more NGS action. But again, thanks for everyone for sticking around, and hope to see you next time. And again, for Trax's first time, thank you so much. Had a blast, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks. Everyone have a great night.